Hello. As my friend Deborah likes to do the jazz hands. Hello. Good morning. It's Friday. Time for coffee and a card. Get your beverage ready because I have one card to demonstrate to you today, but I have lots of cards to show you. Um, take a sip of your beverage, sit back, relax. Unless you're stamping along, I did give some measurements and some materials that if you wanted to do the project, I gave that on my Facebook post advertising the live stream today. And so get your things ready if you're going to stamp along. If you are going to do it later, then just sit back and relax and watch. All right. So good morning. Say hello if you're joining on. And that way we can share the joy that it's Friday. Okay? If you're a worker, you really enjoy TGIF, right? Okay, so yeah, I was just thinking, oh, I should have taken all my cards out of the plastic envelope. So while we chit chat and wait for people to come on, I'm going to be doing that. That way you can see them better without the glare. All right. So, yep. So hop on, say hello, maybe where you're from if you like. Oh, excuse me. On the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip that I just got back from last week, we had the option of sharing some cards, doing some swaps. And usually when you swap, you make, at least for the other Stampin' Up! Events, you make as many as you want, and you can, as you mingle around, you look at people who has a stack of cards in their hands and say, oh, are you swapping? Are you swapping? And then you give them one and they give you one of theirs. So you go with however many of the same amount of cards that you want, and then you come home with a variety. So it's nice to especially come home with some cards made with stamp sets and dies that you don't have. That way you can, have samples, to show your friends, your customers, to be inspired by. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hi, Lydia. Hey, if you're on my Daisy team, just write Daisy team so people know that you're part of our team here. So that's fun. Yeah, Lydia's Daisy team. Hi, Tina. Nice to see you. Okay, Joan and Meg. Hi. Oh, from Australia. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it must be very late there. Are you a night owl like me? Okay. Well, okay. Thanks for joining on, Meg. I appreciate that. Um, and all right, so I am reminded that I have two offers going on this week. One is my paper share, which I've done for a couple years now, and it's been very popular. I have 8 different designer series papers that I am including in my share. There are more, and I was looking at. I said, I didn't want to do them all at once because that could get pricey for you all. So I figured, well, let me divide them up somehow. And then I was thinking, well, maybe this goes with that, and that goes with this, and da 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 da. What I decided to do, and why, is I decided to do all the 12 by 12 designer series papers because I can cut them in half to 6 by 12 and it will fit in a flat rate padded envelope. If I send them full size 12 by 12, I did that in the very beginning, it gets very pricey and it adds to your cost as well. So most of the papers divide up okay into 6 by 12. And it saves you maybe $5 in shipping. So believe it or not, yeah, it's a lot. So I could do the flat rate. It only costs $9, and otherwise I'd be paying. Well, depending on where people live, because I can't do a flat rate. I would need a 14 by 14 envelope to mail the 12 by 12 papers. So sometimes it costs $14, $15, $16, $17 to send a bigger envelope. So it's saving you money, and it's a little bit easier for me as well. So I figured this way. Oh, in July, I'll promote it in June, and then by July, I will do the papers that are 6x6 designer series papers. And then that'll be easier to mail in a smaller envelope as well. And I won't have to have some 6x6, some 6x12. So I figured that's how I did it. It made sense when I thought about it. So hopefully you will enjoy that. And you can go to my blog, stampwithlorraine.com. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, I can't wait to see you next week. I'm getting so excited. I want to call you. All right, we'll talk later. So hi, Darlene, Shirley. Nice to see you all. So you can go to my blog and check out all the details. You can see all the designer papers that you will get, and you will be able to place your order there. All right, I'm taking orders through, I believe it's the 13th, okay, Monday. All right, so check that out. And then I also am doing an In Color Club. So the way the In Color Club works is if you love all the in colors, and you want everything, because who doesn't? You know, if you love a color, you want the marker, you want the ink pad, you want the refill, you want the paper, cardstock, you want the designer series paper, you want the embellishments. If you do all that for all 5 colors, it's going to take a big bite out of your budget for the month or the week, whatever you do. So what a lot of people do is an In Color Club, and that means each month you will get all the products in one of the 5 colors. All right. And that information is on my blog as well. So I believe it's about $60 with shipping. You will get ink pad, refill, the markers. You'll get one of the markers that matches with your color. And there's the designer series paper, the 6x6 designer series paper, the pack of cardstock, and you will get, and you have an option of adding on the Stampin' Blends. So I know not everybody uses the blends, but you you have that option of adding it on for an additional $11 because that's how much they cost. So you get a little bit of a break there. And so another option for you to do that. So that's like a 5-month commitment. So 1 month you'll get all the pretty and pink items, and the ribbon includes ribbon too, and a free gift each month of maybe embellishments or something that coordinates with the in colors. All right. So anyway, it's a great deal, and it's a way for you to budget and do it just month by month. So check that out over on my blog, stampwithlorraine.com. I'll post that over at the end. And so yeah, it's lots of fun. You'll get that free gift from me every month. Something thrown in, a little surprise. All right. So okay, what you would do is you will let me know that that's what you want to do. And then on the second Monday of the month, I will invoice you the amount. And that would be due within 24 hours. And I will order the products and then get them out to you by the end of the month. All right. So if you have any questions, please reach out. You can email me, Lorraine at stampwithlorraine.com. And then, you know, I can answer any of your questions. All right. And I'll describe more of it maybe in a separate post. All right. Nice to see so many people on this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Oh, yep. Elizabeth, I'll call you later. How do I share? Geese crossing in front of us just now. Oh my gosh. Do we have geese DSP? I don't know. We have ducks. We have new ducks. So I don't know. It reminds me of the story "Make Way for Ducklings," right? Yeah, that's a fun one. Fun story. My grandkids are enjoying that story lately. Actually, I think they got it from the library. Anyway, it's fun. I'm busy taking the little shiny envelopes off of my swap cards before I show you, because I don't want you to have the glare on there. I forgot to do that last night. So that's why I'm double tasking here, talking with you and getting those little things off. And a lot of people include little papers as to who made the card and their information, and I just like to tape them to the back so I don't lose those. And some people already put stickers on or tape it to the back. Some people leave it loose, I guess, in case they want to send the card to somebody. But I like to stick it on there so I remember who made the card. Then I can pull it off again a little later. Okay. So I hope you all are having a very nice start to the weekend. I guess Friday you can say starts the weekend. And happy Mother's Day ahead of time to all of the moms out there. I hope you get treated very nicely. And my mom and my mother-in-law are no longer with us, but it's still a good day to remember them and to just have a nice thoughts, then remember them. My daughter is nearby and she's a mom, so we can celebrate together, and her mother-in-law, and we are very close. So 3 moms right here that we can celebrate together and be very thankful and blessed for. Okay, so all right. So let's get started. I got all of my plastic envelopes out. They are not organized in any particular way. At some point, I will go through the catalog and show you all the products that they've come from. I can't remember all the names off the top of my head, but it is fun now that I can show you the catalog. Look, it's like feels good. I can open it. I can show you. All right, it's all good. It's all good. As you know, before we could only show the cover. Now I can actually show you the inside. All right, I want to know if my friend Debbie Franklin is on. She's always on my lives. Not yet. I don't see Debbie yet. All right. Well, Debbie, hopefully she'll watch the replay. Or join on late. Debbie, like I said, watches my lives a lot. And she lives in Vermont. And I'm in Maryland, so I've never met her. But I know her name. And we started emailing a little bit back and forth. Well, she's a hobby demonstrator, and she was able to go to Mexico too. So it was really fun to meet up with Debbie in person. And I ended up getting one of her swap cards. So I am going to switch my camera over and let's see. There we go. Let's move that over. I'm going to start showing you some swap cards. Oh, here are all the plastic envelopes. All right, so I'm going to start right off with Debbie's. Let me bring this down a little bit. Try to zoom in if I can. Actually, all right, this one I can't go down too far. All right, never mind. I will hold it up. Okay, using the perennial lavender. I just love that paper. It carried over. I'm so excited about that. I love the stitched labels, and it has some nice embellishments on there. This is a brand new embossing folder. I'm going to use that one, show you that one on one of my cards today too. Okay, it's the Eyelet embossing folder, and it coordinates with one of the suites in the new catalog. Okay, the country flowers, and whatever. It's I can't remember exactly the name, but I'll show you later. All right, so that's Debbie's. I love that. When you have 2 shapes, 2 squares, whatever, overlapping each other like that, makes for a pretty card. Nice, simple, but beautiful. All right, here's one with the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. And this one, didn't have a name or it got misplaced. All right, so I just love it. It's that Z-fold card, but look how she just took the 6x6 and split it up and used it in different panels to make her Z-fold card there. And then a little stamping over there. A little bit room to write, sign your name, and you have a nice, beautiful card. I love those pearls on there too. All right, this one, I love the bird stamps and the bird cards. I love birds. I have some tree swallows that finally moved into a box in the backyard. And so I'm thrilled about that. And my neighbor loves the birds too. So I usually buy the bird stamps and sets. And then when I saw the one in the new catalog, I said, all right, I have enough bird stuff. Well, obviously I didn't, because then I had to buy this one with the birdhouse. All right. I just love, love, love this. This is coordinating paper. And here's that um, eyelet paper there again, too. That's very popular. Let me get the actual name of it for you. I will show you here. So the new catalog is set up in a way that we have all the collections. I'll do a walkthrough another time, but you have all the collections together. So that's kind of neat. All right. So starting here, we have the Mediterranean blooms, the whole collection, the whole suite. Everything is there. Turn the page. You have another collection. All right. That you have to take to the sky, the airplanes. I have some samples of that. To Market is another one. Wildly Flowering. Full of Life. Very bright, bold colors. And Lily Pond Lane. Here's the ducks one, Lydia. Okay, the cute little ducks, right? Okay, not geese, but ducks. Close enough, right? And then here's the Thoughtful Journey. You got your stamp set and your beautiful paper right here. That's a lot of fun. All right, so the Country Woods collection. That's where this one comes from, using the country. What's it called? Hold on a second. Number 8. Yeah, Country Woods Designer Series paper to look like the aged wood right here, and the beautiful die cut and the stamp set that coordinates, and the flowers, the bird, everything is there. So yeah, I had to get that. Yep, I caved. I got it because it is just so cute. It's adorable. So very, very pretty. And that pairs, this is one of those mega suites where you have 2 stamp sets and dies and 2 sets of designer paper, and they all coordinate. It's just amazing. This Country Flowers I got while I was in Houston with the dies, and I think I might have shown you some things with that. I love this paper here. It has that eyelet look to it. I'll show you on the card here. Right, see, it looks like eyelet lace. It's called Country Lace, 12 by 12 paper. So both of these are in my paper share. So it's a way that you can get samples of that. You get 2 6 by 12 sheets of each. So you're really getting a 12 by 12, but it's just cut in half. Okay, so you're getting equivalent to half a pack of each of these so that you get to sample them. And I coordinate it with the color cardstock. So I include one, I'm actually including half a sheet this time because there are so many. There are so many colors. It would have been more to mail and more postage and a bulkier package. So since we're so many, I'm giving you half a sheet of the cardstock, but some of the colors overlap anyway, so you'll end up with a whole sheet on some of those. Anyway, so that's the Country Woods. All right, so I'm going to zip through some of these. This features a lot of the new in colors: Petunia Park, the Summer Splash, Petunia Pop. I say Park, Petunia Pop. Okay. All right. Oh, hi, Maria. You're from Vermont too. Oh, good. All right, Debbie. Debbie, thanks for coming on. Did you see I showed your card? You were the first one, my friend. Okay, I don't know if you heard me tell the story, but yeah, so nice to meet you. I wish I had a picture. We didn't have time to take a picture. We just kind of saw each other quickly. And but that's okay. We'll meet up again. I know it. Okay, so this one was from Heather Brecken from Arizona. This one, I love this set. Oh my gosh, I'm going to show you Spotlight on Nature. Nice, simple little sketch. You can color it in with your blends, or you can just leave it as is and have that beautiful sketch look. I mean, how lovely is that? Just so sweet. The pretty in pink. And that bundles with these guys. I'm going to show you them a little bit later too. Amazing, amazing bundle. All right, and that is from, I left the thing here, Cindy B Design, Cindy Brumbaugh. Okay, I love that card. Love it. Very classy. Here's another one with the birds and the Shy Shamrock. Oh, that's interesting how she put that on the side there, right? Oh, that's to go up here. See that? I hadn't even opened it. Look at that. All right, that props up. helps hold it up like an easel, and that comes up there. Isn't that adorable? And there's that eyelet folder again. It's a must-have, guys. Must have that. Here's here's the same Spotlight on Nature again with the beautiful dies, these circle dies. There are 8 of them in the set, and they are concentric, as you saw over here. So there are, oh, no, there's not 8, there's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of certain designs here, and then another 6 with different designs, same sizes, but different designs. Okay, so the bigger one here has that little eyelet, but then the bigger one on the other one has the lines like this one. And so they mix and match, but so they're 12 circle dies, and they're so beautiful. Okay, so again, the pretty in pink, looking nice, and that little strip of sparkle, that glimmer paper, there's glimmer paper to match. So that's Kim Quaid. Okay, here's the Thoughtful Journey DSP and the stamp set and dies again. Okay, bookbinding fold. Oh, here's the name. This is from Betsy Kreider. I like to give credit when I can. Okay, and oh, does this speak summer or what? Okay, the sand dollars, beautiful, and we look to it. I love the linen thread on here and the texture on here, like the sand, slightly brushed over for a little bit of color, and that's in the wild wheat. Look how nice that looks. Oh, I just love it. This is like one of those that die cuts and embosses too. Okay, hybrid. So this is Sue Phillip, okay, from British Columbia. So there are people from all over in Mexico. We have demonstrators from around the world, and I'm required to say this disclaimer. I'm not bragging. Stampin' Up! Requires us to say this, that less than 1% of all demonstrators worldwide earn the incentive trip. And so that is pretty amazing. And I am so blessed to have achieved that and been part of the trip. This is my second one, and I have earned the next one. Next May is going to be in Disney. Okay, so Disney World. Okay, and it's just really, really an honor. And I really am so blessed that I have so many friends and customers and supporters to help me through this journey. So thank you. Thank you so much. All right, and then so now this is from Janet Holmes. Again, you see that beautiful circle die right there, right? And these flowers are from Hugs and Hearts, which I'm going for Hearts and Hugs. Wait a minute. Hearts and Hugs. Yeah, Hearts and Hugs. I get it mixed up sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to use animals, something from that set. You'll see that later. All right, beautiful. All right, so here's that country flowers that I know. This is the country flowers one. I love this little milk can here. I just absolutely love this card. It has that wood grain on there. It uses the eyelet, some of the stamps, the die cuts, colored in there. I mean, this card was a lot of work. And this is from Lena Gersa, okay, from Ontario, I guess. All right, here's another sand dollar. This embossing folder in the back, the swirls. I don't know how much you can see that, but I'm going to show you it later again. Absolutely so much fun. So much fun. And it's huge. It's a big one. So wait till you see it. You can emboss this whole half sheet of cardstock if you want to. This is from Jennifer Cotton. Okay. And I love the new beige and, of course, the blue. Look really nice together. Coordinating ribbon. All right. Look at this one. Oh, isn't this adorable? Look. Okay, how that plane looks like it's flying right across there. So that's a new set in the catalog as well. Coordinating cardstock and dies and Take to the Sky, it's called. So you would get that designer series paper as well. So good for Father's Day. It would come in time for Father's Day for you. I just love that. I love how it's popping up. See that? Oh, see, this is what's so much fun about getting the swap cards. This is from Janet Munden. All right, here's a fancy one. Slider on a belly band, slides this up on a belly band, and then opens like this. And look how beautiful. Oh, this is only the beginning of a life filled with love. So great wedding type card, right? That's from Kim Dent. Okay, thank you, everybody who put so much time into these swaps. Little belly band holds it closed. I'm using those Countryside Inn dies. Okay, those layering dies. All right, this one reminds me of a swap card that we got from Stampin' Up in our hotel room to say congratulations on the trip. They had a lot of colors that remind me of Mexico, and it was embossed, and it used the hexagon punch. So this is just, I just love it. So colorful, and this is embossed in white on the black. I've been doing more of that lately. I just love it. Little card, little flower in there. This is from Amanda Waldhart. I'm not sure where she's from, but that's okay. All right, this is a card that I just thought was so simple, and I actually did it with my Zoom meeting on Monday. We did our own version of it, and I encourage everybody to make their version. So very simple. I love how it's a little different in that we have a very thin border around the designer series paper. This is from the eyelet again, but not on this side. So we go right up to the edge here, right up to the edge here. It almost looks like it's a gatefold type of card. And then your concentric circles there. There's a stitch circle, and then the DSP was punched, and stylish shapes for the banner. So we have that stitching on the banner and the coordinating cardstock. So take a subtle cardstock and a more focal point, and let your beautiful cardstock do the work. And this is from Amy Rich. Okay, here's that big circle again, right? That big die cut circle. And isn't this cool how she put it off to the side and just trimmed off the side? So it looks like it's coming in from the side. You don't have to do the whole circle. This way you get more space on the other side of your card, right? So it was, this is another extra large embossing folder that has these concentric circles with these dots. Again, this is something I thought, I don't know if I would use that. I'm loving it. I see other people have it. So I'm going to need that one at some point. But you know what? The catalog's good for a whole year. There's time. I will get it eventually. So it looks like she took a sponge or the ink pad and went over the top of those to get the darker on the raised dots there, those raised things. All right. And this is from who's that? Jane Stull from Alabama. I love that. And with the leaves on there. Beautiful. Very naturey. Right. All right. Oh, hi, Karen. Top Daisy. Oh, you're so sweet. By the way, this is a card that my friend Karen sent me with the daisies. I love it. I love it. And this is reminiscent, these two overlapping rectangles, reminiscent of the card I'm going to show you today with the daisies. So you're kind of nailing it there, Karen. Thank you so much. I came home from Mexico and had that card there waiting for me. All right, this one is made with the DSP. Okay, just the DSP, and then your card base, so to speak, is just this piece of cardstock in the middle. So what a great way to show off both sides of your designer series paper. And this part is just folded back, so you're seeing both sides of it. And again, that hexagon punch right there. So remember that the trick, you can split your hexagon, well, any punch, you can split the punch in half and spread it apart so it looks like you have a border on top and bottom, or you can split it this way and have the border side by side. And she actually took, this was, let me see, Sharon Scalzi. She actually took a little piece and filled in the gap because it shows on the back there too. So I thought that was very sweet and thoughtful. And the coordinating gems. All right, and now here is extra envelopes. Here is the cute little ducks called Lily Pond Lake. And this one is a 6x6. So this one will be in my July paper share. But look how sweet. You can stamp the images or just use the designer series paper. You have that cute tag there. The cardstock is cut just to look like a ribbon. All right. So angle cut on both sides. And it just looks so sweet in those colors. Right. This one was from Kimberly Smith. There we go. And then this one's been very popular too. There's the summer, right? Got your swirl for the ice cream cones. I love these layered happy birthday, or there's one that says celebrate. I'll be showing you this later. And this is from Lauren Urbanis. I think I got a card from her once before too. Look at that sparkle, that glimmer paper. Woo! Hey, if you like sprinkles on your cone, right? What's your favorite ice cream, everybody? You have a favorite ice cream? I tend to just go for vanilla, but if I had to have a flavor, I do kind of like mint chocolate chip, or I don't know, maybe a raspberry type flavor if you're going for a fancy flavor. Okay, what's some of your favorite flavors? I personally prefer a cup because eating ice cream makes my teeth cold. So if it's on a cone, I have to eat it too fast and I can't bite it. So whatever. Oh, peanut butter swirl. Is that with chocolate ice cream or vanilla, Shirley? I don't know if I've seen peanut butter swirl. Oh, butter crunch. Okay. That's kind of like toffee, right? Kind of like a toffee, little crunchies in like vanilla type or creamy ice cream. Ooh, that sounds good, Darlene. You have to get your flavor preferences ready. Okay, Shirley vanilla. Yeah, you can always put other flavors on the vanilla. Okay, while you're putting in your answers there. Oh yeah, I like orange sherbet. Oh, Debbie, I think we talked about that once. That sounds familiar. Orange sherbet with hot fudge. I like orange sherbet with vanilla ice cream, like a creamsicle. Right, so here's the Thoughtful Journey ESP again, and that one's going to be in the July paper share. It's a 6x6 fern embossing folder, and this is by Karen McNeil. Karen McNeil. Karen, oh, okay. You know what? This is Debbie's upline. All right, so I whipped through my cards. I didn't take a really close look at them all, but I got one of Debbie's and Karen's. Look at that. Woohoo. So beautiful. Very nice. It's fun when you recognize the names. All right, now this one, look at this. This is from the Hearts and Hugs stamp set again. Has the eyelet embossing folder. I told you it's really popular and very sweet. This has a separate little card that pops out of the pocket and has a sweet little mouse right there. So I have this set right here. So I may as well show you. Look how cute. Got the mouse, the walruses, the badgers, and the little hamster or gerbil, whatever you want to call it. That's up for debate. But Hearts and Hugs, it's got some cute little sayings there. Sending a big hug. It's all about love and hugs and friendship. And what could be better? What could be better? So this is cute. You have like your little tag. It goes in that pocket right there. And this is from Rosemary Gonzalez. I know her. I've met her in Norway. All right. So there you go. Look how pretty that is. The pretty in pink. And the summer splash. So easy to color in too. Very sweet. I love it. I looked at my cards quick. I didn't take them out of the envelopes, and I did a quick look at who they were from. But so I'm getting a better look at this too. All right, so here's kind of what they call like I don't know, a double Z fold or step up Z fold, Z fold, whatever. I don't know. A stair card, step card. Okay, this is just the paper that Gina Cardera attached. Let me just fold that down so you don't see it back there. But look how fun that is, right? It's like tinted twice. I love that fold. Makes a nice presentation when it's standing up. And that's the zinnia paper. That is so beautiful. Bright colors. Ugh. All right, here's one that uses the peach pie. And it's got folded a little bit. There we go. That's better. And Calypso Coral, I think this is Lori Bradley. And your card base is just one. It's not folded. Okay, just the one layer of cardstock and the designer paper, and then a coordinating piece there stamped on the inside. And so you have like a little mini card, little flap there. I love that. I love that peach pie. That might be my favorite in color. I love them all. All right. So again, look here, eyelet embossing folder, right? Okay. Oh, thanks, Leah. I love them too. And then let your designer paper do the work. Embossing folder, label, ribbon. This is the um, the what am I calling it? Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. Yeah. Okay. So the petal pink diagonal ribbon. It comes in the 2-pack of white and the petal pink, and diagonal trim is what it's called. And it's so soft and silky, really, really pretty, and has a little sheen to it. I love that. All right. So those are the swap cards, guys. So we gave 20, we made 26. 25 were for that Stampin' Up! Kind of randomly switched out and gave us 25 back. And then one got put up on a display board. And I will post my pictures of the display board so you can see some of those other cards that I didn't get in my swap. There's always a chance that you might get your own swap back because they don't keep that close track. They just kind of mix up 25 different ones and then give you a Ziploc baggie of 25 cards. So anyway, that was fun. There's a lot I can say about the Mexico trip. It was, number one, it's just awesome. It was like paradise. The resort was just gorgeous, and it was so much fun connecting with all the other demonstrators and meeting new friends as well. So it was a lot of swimming. The ocean was gorgeous. The park connected with the resort connected with a lot of parks that they own. So it was nice to be able to go to all those parks. Everything was all inclusive. The drinks, alcohol or not, the restaurants, the snacks, the parks. They Stampin' Up! Even gave us a photo package that we could take. There are certain stations within the parks and the resort that had little scanners that you scanned your wristband and then it would take your picture. So it's kind of like those Kodak moments. All right. So that was a lot of fun too. The food was awesome. Weather was great. Friendship was even greater. And my husband and I splurged to stay an extra night. So that was really fun too, to kind of do a little bit more than what we didn't have time for in the beginning. So anyway, that was great. Thank you, Stampin' Up! Stampin' Up! Did a marvelous time. Again, I'll talk more about that another time. I do want to get to making my card with you and showing you what I did. So, Debbie, I will send you one. All right. This one's going to you, my friend. So this is the one that I did. I wanted to feature all the new in colors, and I wanted to feature a different way to use some of the stamps. Now, I did share this. I gave a little hint to what I was doing to make this background. All right. So I took, believe it or not, I used Hearts and Hugs. All right. Now you're looking here and you say, wait a minute, there aren't those sort of kidney or random shapes on there, right? So if you saw one of my other posts, you might have seen what I did. I took the insides of these stamps, which normally get thrown away, okay, the insides of these bodies. Stampin' Up! Now cuts those out. Sometimes in the past they didn't, and sometimes if you were to push down on the stamps, you might get some ink on them, like the inside of the bodies. So now they pretty much, when you have this situation where you have a big area, they just pop that out so that you don't get those oopsies. So I was looking at these. I said, oh, well, you know what? I can create a nice background with those. And so I just kind of randomly put them on a block. And I immediately thought of cow spots, right? Or leopard spots or something, okay? Things like that. So there are 5 of them here. So I like trying to find ways to repurpose stuff. So if you want, just put them all on a block, ink it up, and stamp in one color, stamp in black or whatever, and you can get a neat look. This is what I did with the cows. First I did it in black because it reminded me of cow spots. All right, so there's the one I did with the black. All right, so I just layered that with another rectangle. I put this on wild wheat. Because the cow was also black and white, I needed to back it up with a wild wheat. Otherwise, it would just blend in with that. It'd be camouflage, right? So that's with the cutest cows. And my circle was a 2-inch punch. And the cows get punched with this. So what's cool about this is you have cows in 2 different directions. And you have 3 different heads. 2 of which get punched out with the punch. All right. If you want the other one, you can fussy cut that. But yeah, so really cool. You even have some extra spots that you can fill in. You can put the punched pieces on there. On mine, I just colored them in with my Stampin' Blends. So I only use the light basic black and the light bubble bath. And that's it. I told you I was using the heat embossing a lot more. Did that on the black, keeping with the black and white theme. And then we have the little cow spots there. So just took them on there and stamped around that white piece of paper right there. Hi, Nadine. Okay, they got my favorite wish you for Mother's Day. All right, yes, happy Mother's Day to you as well, and all the moms that are hopping on, and all the moms that we remember in our hearts, right? All right. So there it is with the cows. I'm going to put this back here. I've told people before, I like to keep the outside rubber in my stamps so that I can make sure when I close up the box that I have everything back in there. Some people throw this part away and just leave their stamps like that. Like I said, I like to see if I'm missing anything. And also it helps hold them in a little bit better, especially if the sticky labels get a little less sticky sometimes. All right, so let me leave that over there. And I'm going to show you how we did this one. So because I wanted to use all the different colors, I actually did one color at a time, one shape at a time. I want to mix up the shapes as well. So you can kind of imagine. I actually did all of them the same because that way I figured it was easier for me to see where everything was. So for instance, I did the petal pop here and here and here and here. I kind of did them, they weren't exactly the same, but pretty much so that I could, I knew it looked okay, right? So just kind of randomly turn the blocks different ways. Okay, I'm not copying it this time, but you'll get the idea. All right, then we're going to clear that off. I've got my dirty scrubber today, my chamois. Used to be lavender color. Now it's black. It's okay. It still works. All right, then we take another shape. And we're going to do that in a different color. I'm just randomly taking them. I'm not really planning it out too much right now. Different ways. Okay, and actually what I did was I had a block for each color and I set them out like this because I was doing 25 of them. And then if I found some random spot, I could go back to it. But I'm going to just wing it today because I've done so many, I kind of got it. And you'll get the idea. All right, so I did those two. All right, let's do the next one in the Shy Shamrock. Go that way. That way. Uh-oh. Maybe one there. A little piece up here. I'm going to kind of balance it a little bit. And then we go to Pretty in Pink. It's kind of fun, right? And it's okay if some overlap. Get some just off the edge. All right, I have one more color that's going to be the Summer Splash, so I guess it will fit in there. So I think I'm done with that. A little pink on that one. Okay, Summer Splash, this is a fun color too. And they all work well together. Okay, kind of as it turned out, I got some of my greens together, but that's okay. We tend to be a little more critical than other people on that. Someone's not going to poo-poo my card by saying, "Oh, Ray, you really should have moved that Summer Splash over to the other side." Right? It's okay. Okay. Yeah, it is so different, right? Right, Stacy? You're right. Just a funky way of using the colors and those stamps. Stamps that weren't intended to be used as stamps, right? I love thinking outside the box. All right, then we're going to just layer that onto the Petunia Pop. Now, let me give you those dimensions again. The white piece that I stamped on was 4 inches by 2 5/8. So it's slightly smaller than the one behind it. When I first saw this type of card, I thought, oh, they're just both the same. But no, to get a little bit more of the back color, you want it to be a little bit bigger. So this one is 4 by 2 5/8. This one is 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. All right, so it's just a little bit bigger so that when you kind of spread it apart, you will see the back color a little bit more. All right, then tied a ribbon around. So magic of TV or video. There we go. Tied the Summer Splash ribbon, well, not tied, but I just glued it around. So you have about a 6-inch piece of ribbon. Just go across there. And then we put our daisies, our flowers on there. So the daisies, as you know, come with dies. I didn't do any stamping with the daisies. I just used the dies. And I used this frame first for the outside part, the background part. So that's going to die cut this. Okay. Whichever way it goes, whatever. Okay, there. All right, so that's going to be my solid background. And then the other part, I use this. These are all connected. So basically, you can just put it on a scrap. And I just needed the big one. So you can put on a scrap and just get the big one. But while you're die cutting and cranking, you may as well get the others and keep them in a stash. So I put it on something like this. I probably wouldn't want white leaves, so this was fine. And I was able to stamp those out, stamp them out, die cut them out, cut these apart, and then ended up with the other layer to go on top. And there are 2 ways you can do this. I kind of wish I'd thought of it sooner, but I glued this layer on top of my background and used my sponge dauber to add a little color in there. And that's with the peach pie. And if you wanted to, and this looks really cool too, put a dimensional back in the middle, and then you have a little bit more, you have some shadowing there and it adds even more dimension to your card. So that would go right on there. And then with the bow punch, with Pretty Peacock, I punched out 2 of these sprigs, we'll call them. Let me put my dies away so I don't lose anything. Okay, there we go. So, all right, so, oh, I know why I didn't use this one. It has a little bit of a little oops over there. So you, but I'm not going to worry too much about that because my sentiment would cover that, right? So I just decided where I wanted these, glued them down, added my flower, and you have a fun card there. I layered that, my card base was white, and I layered it on Pretty Peacock that was embossed with the exposed brick. I thought that was subtle enough, but interesting. You know, the daisies could be growing up against a brick wall or whatever. And it brought in just a different background color to highlight the lighter in colors. My banner was done with Stylus Shapes dies, which, did I take them out here? I think I did. Yep, here they are. You have 4 banners, you have circles, you have squares. This is an awesome set to have. This is a must-have as well. So I sometimes even cut out extra banners so they're ready to go. I keep them in a little clear envelope inside the case. All right, the Sending Love is from Country Flowers that I told you I got when I went to Houston. So Sending Love right there. I just love that. Very simple. All right. So I'm going to show you some other ideas to do with that. So there's the finished card. We have the cows and we have the, what's called the multicolored daisy background. Whatever. Right, I'm running out of room here. As usual, I have so many little things to show you. All right, yeah, so just doing that. It's kind of fun. All right. Oh, here are the dies that goes with the hearts and hugs. Okay, you have the walruses, the little gerbil, and the badgers. And here's where those flowers came from that I showed you on one of my swap cards. You have the stems and the grass that you can, leaves that you can do in the green, and then you have 4 different flowers. These 2 are connected; those are separate, so you can do different color flowers and just put them all together, and you get that cute little image I showed you on that card. And that's a lot of fun. All right, so here's another version. When I was playing around with this idea, like I said, first I did one color. I did the black first, and I did some in brown to think of other animals, you know, giraffe or whatever. And then I started playing around with other colors, and I said, instead of covering the whole thing, you can just alternate a couple of colors and make it into a border, so to speak. So here, instead of having a big die cut image here, I die cut the sentiment, put it across the middle. Here's that diagonal trim again in the white this time. And now here is that big embossing folder that I was showing you with the swirls. So check this out. Look at this. It's called So Swirly, and it is big. It's as big as your half a sheet of cardstock. Right? It goes, obviously it doesn't fit in the mini. You have to have the big machine to do that. But this was used on the seashells one, right? The sand dollar one. It looks swirly like the ocean or the sand. And it just looks fun. So I thought, let's keep this one a little bit more simple. And we just put that on there with some dimensional dots. And again, similar layout, but you get a little bit different look. Okay, using the end colors. So Pretty in Pink, that's the Shy Shamrock, and The Petunia Pop I used just because I wanted to separate this from the background. So I wanted it to be a little bit more of a contrast. All right. So, okay, go over the sizes. All right, I'll do that in a second, Stacey. All right. So that's a lot of fun. The concentric circles that I showed you is the big size too. So it's not a 3D folder. It is the thinner ones. And so it's just a regular sandwich for that, okay, on your die cut machine. All right, so that's what we have there so far. All right, so the sizes, Stacey, the white part is 4 by 2 5/8. Okay, it is on a post that I put up last night just before my live here, and I will keep it posted, but I'll say them again now. And the colored one is 4 1/4 by 2 3/8. I mean 2 3/4. 2 3/4. So it's just a little bit bigger than the front. Right? You can make it, even bigger if you wanted, or just layer it like that, whatever you want. Okay, I'm just taking the same kind of thought for the design or the sketch and showing different options there. Okay, then I also did one in just the Summer Splash, and I didn't put a card together with that one yet, but I just thought that one might look fun with the peach. I'll do something up with that. And I think maybe a daisy on there might be fun too. We shall see what that turns into. And then I said, well, let me take one. I did a bunch of these weeks ago. I told you in the description that if you don't have something like this, then you can use some other kind of solid image, but just use the same layout. You don't necessarily have to have these random shapes, but just wanted to give you the option to use that, think outside the box. So this card I used, let me get the, let's see. I'm trying to find the flower I used. I thought I took everything out. Oh, here we go. This other stack here. Sorry here. All right. Right, so talk about mixing products. Don't think that you have to stick to one stamp set. And even though things do coordinate nicely, you can use a variety of stamp sets and mix and match things. So I wanted a solid image. So I took the flower from Bright Skies, because that's solid. It isn't a line art thing. You want something that's going to be a bolder image. And then I used the eyelet embossing folder for the background, and I mixed up the layering this time. So I did a Petunia Pop card base. I did the eyelet in the white layer. So opposite of this, I did the color and then the white. Instead of the white, then the color. I layered these, so I kept it a monochromatic card. Isn't that sweet? And then I did it vertically instead of a portrait, instead of landscape. So just to show you, it can work in many different ways. So think, let this be your inspiration for the basic, but then see what you can elaborate on there. Hold on 1 second. I have to plug in my computer. Just got the low battery sign. I meant to do that before. All right, there we go. We're good. Okay, and then again, the Petunia Pop ribbon, and I embossed in white on the Petunia Pop for, here are the dies. So, oh my gosh, I'm showing you so many new products here, showing the new colors. Okay, so I use mirror cardstock for mats and layers. Use a mirror card. No, I haven't used a mirror thing. Haven't done that, Stacey. Must be nice though. Right, so here are the Spotlight on Nature dies. So it's nothing like, they don't cut out the images, but it coordinates. So some people like to keep the coordinating dies in the stamp sets. This is one reason why I don't, because you have dies that stand alone that are not cutting out the images, and I like to see them. So I keep them in a small bin, and I go through them like a file, have them alphabetically. And that way I can see if I'm looking for a flower, maybe it's not going to match on here, or a sprig, or it doesn't match with this, but it's in the dies, then I can find what I'm looking for more easily. Does that make sense? All right, so here, like I said, you have 6 different rings, 6 circles. The big one here is the same size as the big one over here, but it's a different pattern. So this one on the right is the eyelet pattern. This one has the radiating stitches. Right, the next one down, this one has the eyelet, this one has the dotted lines. So there are different patterns on, the ones that have the same size. So you can mix and match them as you will. So again, I would say this is a must-have because you can use this with anything. Even if you don't get the stamp set, you can use these dies on anything, absolutely anything. So no, Stacy, ask away. That's what I'm here for. Please. Okay, you're the inspiration I'm seeing. Oh, are you loving the inspiration? Maybe you're living it too. That's okay. I know. Thanks so much for watching. That's great. And after the live, I'm going to create a post where we'll show these cards, and then I hope you guys decide to show us the cards that you make that are similar to this. All right, do your versions of these cards, and then you can we can share and see what everybody does. I think it's great. So look at, oh my gosh, I have a whole stack of things here. Oh, let me show you just a couple more things. Here's the one I did in brown. I decided to use beige and pecan pie, or pecan pie, depending on where you're from, how you like to say it. And I'm going to play around with that combination too, do something with that. And like I said, this one I swapped out for the flowers. And of course, Stampin' Up! Has coordinating embellishments. So we have these 24, 26 in color resin dots. Last I looked, they were not available, but they will be coming back. So not to worry. They're so popular. So I thought, all right, let's go whole hog and add the embellishments to this monochromatic card. So you have 2 sizes of each. You have all the 5 colors there. So I'm going to put a small one up here. And I'm going to put a big and a small down here. Okay. There we go. That completes the card. There are also some in dots and in color dots in more. Oh, let me get them. Shimmer gems, they call it. So they're faceted and they do shine, and they're a little bit lighter shade than these. You can see that the resin ones are more matte, and they kind of look like the cardstock, so to speak. These are shimmery and they have a little bit lighter tone to them. All right, but so that's a lot of the in color things. So if you're loving all this in colors, then you might want to consider the In Color Club. Go again, like I said, go to my blog, and you can read all about it there. All right, let me see more Stacy's question. Stacy, I'm so glad that you're asking whatever you need to know. That's great. Okay, what does everyone else think? Everyone give? Dr. Shara, help me out. Thank you for your answers. Okay. All right. Notifications. Looking forward to. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes, come back soon, Stacy, for sure. For sure. Just look around your stamp sets and start out with, choose your colors, maybe. Choose some colors, a white, a color in for the other rectangle, and a color for the background. All right, then see what stamps you have to do this with. Like I said, you don't have to have these spots. Maybe you have flowers. Maybe you have small leaves. Maybe you have um, something that looks like some of the Stampin' Up! Stamps have like kind of like just little splotches or something. You can look for some of those. Just people who do this card, put up your own cards, and then we can share ideas. Maybe it'll prompt you to say, "Oh yeah, I have that," or "I have something similar to it." Right? Maybe you have something that's a little bird. You know, do random birds around there, or maybe some graphic, like a little zigzag or something like that. Just look around, be open, think outside the box a little bit, and see what you can come up with. But this was lots of fun, and I will finish this one and this one and do some fun things with that. Oh, let me move this down out of the way. So there you go. You have lots of ideas there. All right, I appreciate you guys coming on, and I will share a little bit more about the Mexico trip on other videos. I want to keep to coffee and a card today. Okay, Stacy, as soon as I'm off the live here, I'm going to put up another post with a picture of these, and then you can put your photos or comments underneath in the comments there. Okay, on the next post that I will make out there. Hi, Julie. Didn't get to say hi yet. Hi, Lee. Oh, some familiar names and faces. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate your liking my cards. All right. So, another piece of happy mail that I got when I came home from Mexico. Oh, this was amazing. Oh, my goodness. Let me move this out of the way. There was a box sitting on my porch, and it was from it was personally mailed. I could tell it wasn't an order from Stampin' Up. I knew that. And I got a little worried because it was raining and the box was wet. And I looked at the name and I saw the size of the box. I said, oh my goodness, these are cards that somebody had sent. It was a nice sized box and it's all wet. And I was almost afraid to open it because I thought, oh my gosh, I hope all the cards inside are not wet. And I didn't know how long the box was sitting there, but it was very wet. Turned out it was sitting there for 2 days. But there was some bubble wrap and plastic on the top, and the bottom didn't soak through. So the cards were fine, thank gosh. But take a look here. These were all the cards that were in this box. I counted them up. There are 100 cards here. 100 cards that a stamper friend of mine, Maria Rose, sent, and we're going to donate them to the troops. Every single one is different. Many use Stampin' Up! Products. Some have other products, but that's okay. I didn't mind, but 100 cards. And so I am so thankful that they didn't get soaked. So I did make sure I spread them all out on the dining room table in case anything was slightly damp. I wanted to make sure it dried out nicely, and they're all fine. So Maria, if you are watching the replay, then you can be assured that they are all safe and sound. And I'm just so thankful. It was great. So if anybody is interested in making some cards and donating to the troops, you can always send them to me like Maria did. And I send them off in November, but I make the cards all year round. As you know, every third Friday, we're not live here, but we make cards at a local coffee shop for the troops. So we do it all year long. And I have boxes and bins and drawers full of cards. Then in October or early November, we gather together and we we put between like 6 and 8 cards in a pouch to be included into care packages that are sent to deployed servicemen and women. Then they have greeting cards to send to their friends and loved ones. All right. So we keep them blank inside, things like thank you or happy birthday or thinking of you or miss you or just hello, whatever. But it's just, oh my gosh, some of these cards are just amazing. Okay, look at this one. This one is like a triple gate fold and it tucks right in there. I mean, just very, very sweet, very nice designs and very thoughtful of Maria to do that. All right. So thank you everybody for what you do. Thank you for following. Thank you for sharing our time together, and post your cards in my next post. You can post in the comments. You can only do one picture per comment, but you can do as many as you want. Okay. There's no limit. Just one picture per comment. That's all Facebook will allow you to do. All right. Any other questions? Does anybody have? Okay. Oh, it's our pleasure to do it for the soldiers, Joan. Yeah. People, there's no Hallmark over there. No way to get cards and to send home, or just write a little note to a wife or a mom or a husband or kids or whatever, right? Okay. How excited would the person back in the States be to get a card from somebody who's deployed? They would never expect that, right? So it's a nice thing to do. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. If there are any other questions, let me know now before we close off. And show me a thumbs up or heart if you think you're going to try this layout. I hope you do. Okay, so have a great weekend and happy Mother's Day again. And we'll see you. No, not next week. Next week is Cards for Troops. And my friend Elizabeth in Downline is going to come visit me. She lives 3 hours away, so she's going to come spend the night. We're going to have a team meeting, and we're going to do Cards for Troops on Friday morning. And I will reschedule the coffee and a card for a different time. As you know, I like to mix it up a little bit so that different people who can't do Friday mornings or Eastern time can do it another time. All right. So like my friends from Australia or the West Coast might be a little too early. So anyway, see you guys. And if you have any other questions, you can always email me, reach out. If you are shopping, here's my May host code. If your order is under $150, please use this code. And if your order is $150 or more, you will get your own host rewards starting at 10%. So if your order is $150, you'll get $15 of some products for free. Okay, and higher if your order is higher. So, but if it's under $150, you will not get host rewards, but the host code helps me out. All right. So anyway, have a great weekend again, everybody. Happy Mother's Day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.